So is it possible to switch career fields into cybersecurity? Now, recently on this channel, we talked about how to break into cybersecurity from the perspective of a college student, someone either about to enter into college or someone already in college. Like, what should you major in? You know, what sort of things to expect there. Now, this time we're going to be covering it for those of you folks that are already beyond that age. You know, you're already working, both like maybe you're someone in the field of IT already, maybe you're someone in a completely unrelated field and you want to get into security. So we'll be covering exactly that in this video. What's up, guys? Ryan from Elevate Cyber here. Now, it is very possible to break into this field of cybersecurity. I say it almost every video. I guess I'll say it again. You are someone that's highly valued if you have this skill set, because most people do not have this skill set. But at the same time, just knowing a lot of the material, that's not going to necessarily be enough. One thing you have to remember, especially if you're one of the older guys, right? If you're not a college student, you have to remember that you are the product, okay? And by that, I mean, you have to be able to market yourself to an employer. It doesn't matter necessarily. You could know everything about cybersecurity, but if you cannot communicate that to a potential employer, then you're going to have a really hard time getting the job. Now, not only communicating it verbally, you need to communicate through your resume in the most attractive manner. That I don't care, honestly, I don't care if you work as a pizza delivery boy. You need to be able to communicate some kind of value that you've gained from that experience, right? And along with that, like, do not discredit the experiences that you've had in your previous job, the knowledge you gain. Everyone has their own unique story, their own unique journey into how they get into this field. It's very unlikely that someone just goes from college straight into cybersecurity. There's certainly some people that have done that. I know people that have done that. But most people, they're coming from all kinds of different backgrounds. That is a strength. You bring a unique perspective having these different backgrounds, right? As someone on the inside, I can definitely tell you that, you know, my team definitely finds a lot of value from people that, you know, maybe have like a development background that come into our team, because we're like, okay, this guy understands the programming side and the security side. That's a very unique background. He can really bring something to the table, right? The best security team is the most diverse security team. You don't want a security team of people that all have the same backgrounds, the same shared experiences, the same. No, you want to actually have a very broad and diversified security team. You want to have like your ultra elite coders, right, that understand how to develop security tooling, how to bypass antivirus and create, you know, payloads and stuff like that. But you also want to have your guys that understand network security and understand all about the network protocols and, you know, which ones are secure, which ones could be misconfigured and things like that. And at the same time, you want to have the people that, you know, understand the web app side, right? And you want to have like all these, point is, you want to have all kinds of different people from different fields of discipline prior to coming into security. You want to have them on your team, right? That way your team as a unit can be a lot stronger than if everyone thought the same way and everyone was in the same kind of box, right? So you want to actually, you want to be able to communicate your strengths. You want to be able to find the ways to market yourself through the things that you've already done, whether that is coming from an IT background, which is probably the recommended path, but also if you are completely in an unrelated field, chances are there is something that you could come up with that could actually benefit you. Like, I'm not saying to lie, like there's probably a lot of experiences that you're having right now with your job in an unrelated field that could actually be very beneficial in the field of offensive security. Maybe a certain way that you have to think, a certain way that you have to kind of use the deductive reasoning and logic to get you through your day-to-day job duties, right? The point being is that the first step is you have to understand that you are the product, and you have to be able to market yourself in the most attractive manner to be able to get the job. Now, second thing that I would say is don't be afraid to kind of inch your way into the field, right? If you're completely in an unrelated field, don't be upset if you're not able to get right into cybersecurity. Like I say as well a lot on this channel, is that cybersecurity is normally viewed as a more higher level role, not really an entry level position. So with that being said, you might not be able to jump straight from an unrelated field into cybersecurity. You might have to come into like IT operations first, or even like programming. Maybe you learn some coding first and you get a developer role. And then from there, you can get into security as well. That's another path. I mean, certainly try for the security position. Apply to that as well. If you can get it, more power to you. But be willing, what I'm trying to say is be willing to accept the jobs in related fields. A lot of times, once you get into that broader sphere of IT, it's a lot easier to make the lateral movement than from there to cybersecurity. But, I mean, I guess one additional thing I should mention is that really know exactly where in cybersecurity you want to go. This is going to communicate two things, right? For one thing, it's going to show the employer that you've actually done your research and you understand that the word cybersecurity is an ultra broad, phrase basically, and you understand there's a lot of nuanced positions that fit in the broader sphere of cybersecurity. You know exactly what you want to do. That shows him that you've done research and that you're serious about this. And the second thing that it's going to do for you is it's going to actually allow you to really target your learning, right? Because learning things on an as-needed basis is another thing I talk about all the time. It's going to really help you narrow down what do you need to learn to get that specific job that you want. Now, if you're watching my content, chances are you're more interested in the offensive side of security. In that case, keep watching these videos, and it'll really help you identify the things that you need to learn to best market yourself and set yourself up to break into this field from pretty much wherever you are. Now, one thing that I say that because, one thing that a lot of people get wrong is they go into interviews saying, oh yeah, I want to join cybersecurity. They're like, okay, well, like what team do you see yourself, working on? Like where specifically, right? Because this is such a broad ranging phrase or whatever area. When you talk about cybersecurity, you could be talking about red teaming and pen testing like I'm talking about, or you could be talking about cyber defense. You could be talking about like security monitoring. You could be talking about forensics. You could be talking about security, risk analysis, policy side of things, compliance, all kinds of different things, right? And very differing things. These are a lot different, each of these areas. So it really pays if you know exactly what you want to do, and that'll definitely communicate to them that you're serious about this. Don't get too discouraged. Wherever you are, you can get here. There's a great demand for this skill set. Just get started by getting your feet wet with some of this stuff. Try out some of these CTFs. It's a great way to dip your toes in the water and get some hands-on experience, completely free of charge and everything. And just go from there. Let me know if there's any questions and maybe something that I didn't cover, because I know a lot of you guys fall into one of these categories. So definitely let me know. I can make some more content to clear some more stuff up if I did miss anything. And if you've been enjoying this content so far, hit the like button. Definitely helps get this message out there to some people that may really be needing this advice. And secondly, hit the subscribe button as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.